Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Duck Show podcast. It's Nazari here, and today I'm with another guest of myself. So it's Ethan. Hello, Ethan.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Yeah, life is going well. I'm going from college to here to there, and I'm just enjoying as much as I can. And yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, cool. And I guess it will be interesting for our listeners just to understand how do we know each other, because can you remind me where do you live?
I live in Ramsgate, England. It is a small little town, like miles away from London. That's where everyone knows England for London. And we're about 2-3 hours away, and we're by the sea. It's a very, very, very happy, loud town, but I'm a happy, loud person, so it has its moments.
Interesting, because I've never been to England. So
And you will.
Yeah,
you will. I will show you around. Don't worry.
I'm sure I will. So the interesting story, our story of meeting to how did we meet each other? What was the purpose? Was it something special? Was it something unusual for you?
Well, the way we met each other is amazing because it shows how miraculous and random life can be. Because we both met by happenstance. If I hadn't been doing something at a certain time, then yeah. So to set it up, my teacher, my amazing teacher, who will probably be watching this in the future, so I will show her this, but helped us arrange a trip for Belgium for the Belgian Peace Games. We then I waited because I'd always wanted to go out the country and just experience something different from what I see, and to have that experience, because again, life is full of those challenges you got to take, and then we got there. We got the Eurostar for the first time. We got there. It was very interesting. It was like a sci-fi movie. Went straight through the tunnel. We got there to Belgium, and the first day we got there, it was beautiful, serene, amazing. Everything was like out of a postcard. I was so amazed. And then we got there. People started arriving. People like from different points of the world, because this is the Belgian Peace Games, so it was celebrating the Christmas truce. So we got there, and I was playing piano one day, one chance thing. You were walking down the corridor. I was playing piano, and you stopped by. We started chatting about music. We started to have that little thing, that spark of interest. We sat down. We started talking. Other people. We started talking. And we became good friends. We started chatting more and more, and to have that the little thing, that random thing, because I don't know, because I got interested in playing piano because someone at school offered me a course, and I was like, I don't know, maybe. So to have that, and then I was like, sure, why not? I'd love to. So then if I hadn't have gotten that, someone hadn't offered me piano, I wouldn't. I may not have been playing that day, and to have that little thing, because we have little moments where people go, well, that could have happened, but things needed to happen for us to meet.
Yeah.
Things needed to happen, and I'm thankful that they did, because it's a very, very. Because life is full of those moments. Do you know?
So it was like Global Peace Games, and there were a lot of activities, and we spent a lot of time together.
A lot of football. You beat me in that department 10 times. I'm more there for the discussions. I watched you go by on your football. It's like,
we played traditional games, I guess, like old traditional Belgium games.
I got to learn a lot of culture, learn a lot of little bits of things. Our discussions are the most interesting part of that. Just
Yeah.
me and you getting to know each other, and because I haven't really talked to other people I met in Belgium. I have lost their numbers, lost contact. Me and you, like, we've stuck it through. We've been through the thing. Yeah, we've had that little like we're not getting rid of each other, and that's good.
Yeah. So
You're stuck with
basically,
me.
we spent it. Yeah, we spent a lot of time. We got a few breakfasts together. I guess I said
Yeah,
normally I
yeah.
should be with my group, so sitting with them on a table. But I decided to go with you to your table, and I met all like your group, your friends, and it also went so interesting for me because I never had to know people from England from the United States, so the native English speakers, and it was also interesting for me just to first of all to see how understandable I am and how does it feel to speak to someone whose native language is English, because the whole group of people that I talked to in English in the previous time, they all have learned English as their second, third language, but I've never talked to someone in like with my English to the native speaker. So basically, it also was like the trial for me to see, or should I work more on my English, or is it enough, or is it understandable,
You speak
or
English better than some English people I know. Like, I say this every time. You speak English so well. I look at some people and they're just like, like, what? Like, it was just so, like, and it's also very, very, like, I just get you. I just understand where you come from. I always do. And I love sitting down having conversations with people. So when you offered me this, I had to do it at some point. Because, again, I love opportunities don't come along long enough. So when you have to go for it. Oh, I forgot to press the button. For those who don't know, I have a timer right here. It was telling me that I have to talk in this certain amount of time, because I will talk for ages,
Yes.
days, and it's for that reason that it's just, you can't miss up something like this. It's just it's not for fame. It's not for that. It's just to say I've done it. Just to say I have experienced it, because I've never
Yes.
done something like that before. I've never done anything, and so when I die, I say I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, and this, and there's nothing that stops me, and then I can just like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, so we also, and me personally, I said it, if I'm in a trouble or in interesting situation, or if I'm getting the opportunity to do something, I always say yeah, so there will be a story to tell to my kids. So
Oh, yeah.
I tell it like this, so I will have another story to tell my kids or to
Here's
tell
a
my
funny thing Ethan
grandkids.
did.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
always interesting, and people shouldn't be scared to try something new. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean that they have to rap something to change the whole life, but they have, if they get an opportunity to try something new, if they have an idea, if they have like the possibility to do something, and surely if it wouldn't cost them anything, I don't understand people though who are not getting that chance, who are not going there and saying like, oh yeah, that's cool, I will try it, I will do it, it's so fun, it's so interesting. So yeah, that's what happened with me when I got almost the same opportunity as you got. The like invitation for that Belgian Peace Games, I got it from one of my. He's not a teacher, but he is a man who is responsible for like activities that are made for students, for children, for everyone actually. So he came up to me and like, do you want to go there? And I said, yeah, but I have school. Yeah, it's already like
Would
we
take care of.
talked about it. Yeah, they, because that's from the school. That's the man from the school who's organizing everything. Oh, so I'll say, oh yeah. Do I have to pay something? No, you don't. So basically, I did it.
Even better.
Yeah, so I couldn't say no to that. It was impossible to say no. So we had a great time. We had a lot of activities. We spent a good time together because some
Yeah.
evenings we had also with the group, like in the center of our like small garden next to our rooms. And we also played or card games, or we talked about something or something like that. And we went also to a few places outside our like
Oh yeah,
village.
we went to Eep. It was a small. Oh, press my button. And we went to Eep. It was a large little town. We went from shop to shop. We had little graveyards. Like, it was a beautiful scene. It was just respect and honor and all, like, because Belgium is a country that is like affected by chance and affected by where it's placed in the world and between so many other countries. But Belgium is such a lovely place and so unlike England. I dropped a fiver in Eep. And in England, someone would have taken that off, gone to the shop, and gotten who knows what. They tapped me on the shoulder and said, "You dropped that." And I was like, "Oh." It was very, very, it's very, very nice. Like the different environments and the architecture. I do art, so the architecture is like whoa. And we saw ceremonies and saw little things, and just little things make a bigger story and help you tell it better. Like I remember standing in me and you, we went to a church under in Ypres, and in this church it had been restored for the war and used as a shelter for the Germans.
Yes.
And me and you were just walking by. We then looked at things. There was a painting there, a little painting that was flaking. I took a picture of it because like someone painted over it.
Yeah.
And that fascinated me. And then me and you and a couple of other friends, we went up to the top of this tower. We walked past the church bells and all that. And then we got to the top and we saw Mizin, because the town where the center was, just loads and loads of houses and whatnot, and birds as far as we could see. And I was like, me and we hugged. I took a picture. It's one of the it's on my camera roll. I love it. I look back on it and it's like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like that friendship, that little moment of I did that, and those little details. I remember each step of the tower, the smell of the thing, like your very bright sports clothes. Like it was bright red. I'll send you the picture. And actually, you have it. I sent it to you. And,
yeah, I guess. Yeah, I got a lot of pictures because we had a group, like the WhatsApp group with a lot of pictures. So there are also a lot of memories on that pictures, and I saw them, and there was also the view from the museum, from the War Museum. Also.
Oh god, yeah, that War Museum was amazing. We walked from place to place. I tried on armor. I got to try on like old armor. That was cool. I was just and I was like, hey, you go over there. And then I took his picture. I was like, no, you do, and then sort of like.
It also was interesting that we were. It was possible to grab a few armored stuff, so like the helmet, and it was possible to like a gun or a rifle or something. So that's also a different type of museum, because normally if I go to museum, it's only to watch or to read. and you normally don't grab anything. But in Belgium, I talked about Ukraine. So in Ukraine, mostly that's all only to watch, to see, to listen to something. But here there are a lot of sort of immersive experience museums. I visited one like 2-3 weeks ago. Also, you're sitting in a big room, and there are like not a painting, but the changing pictures on whole walls and on the ground.
An interactive experience.
Yeah, like yeah.
I've always wanted to do one of those.
So that's
There's not in Ramsgate. I have to go to London for that.
And there is one more in Brussels. I guess it's about like called Modern Museum, something like that. So it's more about people, about body, but also about new technologies, about strength, about your physical conditions, and also technologies like the holograms, there were a lot of things. So the animals too, I guess, dinosaurs. So it's more like the whole evolution museum. So from the dinosaurs until now, and a bit about future or something. So it also was so interesting. And yeah, I visited a lot of museum surely.
It's good to do that. It's good to have that little thing of going to inspect culture, to listen to music, to read a book, to again, every opportunity has a million other opportunities within it. And like, it's a natural impulse to wait sometimes. No, it's a natural impulse to want to do something, to want to push yourself, but it's a choice to wait sometimes. You choose to wait and let these opportunities pass you by, or you don't know about them. So sometimes you've got to push yourself. It's resilience. It is absolute resilience to get yourself to do it and get stories. And we are resilient folk, you and I.
Because when I talked about museums, I reminded me also the one I've visited a few times. It's in Kiev, in Ukraine. It's called Pinchuk's Museum. So Pinchuk's is the surname of one of the founders, and he was also the painter and designer. He did everything, I guess. So every month there is a new style of that museum. So but it's crazy museum, because when I first time came there, it was the installation. There were a lot of installation about garbage. So it's just basically there can be a room, and just on the floor there are a few cans, the packages, like garbage, just garbage. So not in good form, but just as it's on the street, let's say. And just like on the floor, and then the same thing, but on how do you call it, if you have a painting, but in sort of RAM, how do you call it?
Frame. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, so the garbage, but in the RAM, and
again, you speak English better than most English people.
So basically, and the other months, it can be like the sex toys installations. So you get that rubber lady, or how do you call it, that lady from the rubber, from
we have many names. England has thousands of names of those.
So basically that's the point. And then she sits on a chair and playing piano, for example, and then handcuffs with that purple stuff on it, and made
Mm.
like the flower from it. So you know, it's like it's so crazy, but it's so interesting.
Yeah.
There is no
Like that guy
limits.
that guy must have had a very boring afternoon. I was like, I wanted to do that. And again, he's that guy who's got stories to tell now. It's just like I made a museum where rubber lady, piano, handcuffs.
Yeah,
What's
like
next?
that. And yeah, there are more things that I don't want here to talk about.
You don't want to
But
say
you get
that's
the
okay.
concept. You get the
Yeah.
concept of that, and it changes every month, and it's not the simple boring museum. So that's mostly that's the work from the coming designers. So it's not only from him. So they're coming. So there are a few floors, and every floor has like its own style, but the theme Blef now I speak Dutch stays the same. So if it's garbage, so on the first floor, for example, it's painting. The second floor, it's more sculpture. The third floor, it's like, I don't know, the installation, or it's what moves. It's what yeah, like has a different form, or it's more like on the whole room, or it's more in the ramp, or it's more like on a ceiling. I don't know. So the thing is, it's so interesting to go there. The second, it's free for everyone.
Yes.
And the third, there is no age limits. So you can be
Yeah.
12, you can be 80, you can go there. There is no
Let's have
limit.
some weird conversations afterwards. What's that by the piano? Nothing. Move along.
Yes. But yeah, maybe the 12 years old child wouldn't understand that, but
Yeah.
it will be still interesting for him to see how they use the things that are normally not for museum, and that's the point.
No, yeah.
So that's the thing that are not the type of yeah, like type of that's not aesthetic. They are not beautiful, but you just get the concept. When you get the concept, you will see all those installations in other way, in the right way that the creator and the artist wanted to show you. And that's what I actually liked in that museum. And it's really interesting, and it's always, it has always a lot of visitors because it's
I wish we
free.
had museums like that. We don't get museums like that. We have the Turner Center. The Turner Center has something like that. It's not as interesting though. We don't get stuff like yarn balls made of yarn. And we get stuff like broken up tires, and it's like, huh. And now that you told me that, I'm just like, it's that little like England. So Ramsgate's in a little county called Kent, and London is just outside the county, so it's its own little thing. So in Kent is a huge art community. Everyone there loves art. Everyone else, and we talk around and we go around. So everyone gets to use the Turner Center, and the Turner Center's has art from an old artist called William Turner. I think there might be some art listeners going, wait a minute, that's wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's fine. But William Turner, that's what I'm calling him. He did loads of arts based on dots. And when I was younger, there was an art competition. I got my art in there, and it was art. Well, I always had to do his art, but it was dots. So it's just like, I like drawing detail and whatnot. So it's like, So, yeah, and to have that, and like, I prefer like art museums like that are different and try and make you think. These ones are kind of like, we need to show off this art now and get it out. It's not showing the art, it's just giving the art.
Yeah. So yeah, because it's like, did you hear the news about that banana with a tape the banana?
Oh God, that was interesting.
what? How much was it? Was it 20 millions or was it less?
I
Was it
think it was more than that. Like, it's
more?
ridiculous. I think.
Just
I don't
recently,
know.
recently they bought it. Someone bought it, and just ate the
Yeah.
banana. That was one of the last news, but it was like a
They just
week
ate
ago. So yeah, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, and it's so simple, but everyone sees like different thing, different style, and they get different thought about it. Basically, that's the same for everyone, but they see it in different ways.
Yeah.
But actually, that's just a taped banana on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah. And like me, I'd spend hours drawing and whatnot, and I look at that, it's just like. So abstract art is where I'm just like, anyone can do that. Anyway, so like, I'm gonna tape an apple to a wall. Take that, the art world.
Yeah.
And like, for that, it's like, people love artists like, not just painters or sculptors. You like see people like Bowie or people like Van Gogh. Van Gogh's like the famous painter, and you've got the Beatles and loads of artists who are just like, they're interesting because they have a story behind them. They're interesting, or like actors or storytellers. Like things like AI pictures, and they don't have the same interests. They don't have the same like little bits to them. They're just made. They press a button, they're there.
Yeah.
These like you've got Da Vinci, you've got Edvard Munch, you have all these other little things, and they are made. They lived. They breathed. They took all the opportunities. They took all the little bits in life, and they decided, I'm going to ping that down. I'm going to do that. I'm going to write a song about that. I'm going to act that moment, write that story. There's this lovely poem by Rudyard Kipling called If, and it's about all the things you have to live a life full of, take every opportunity, take all of that. And I love listening to that. And I don't know how he wrote that and got all that down. I probably should look it up, but for that, it was like he took the opportunities to like live and experience that and write that down. And to such a degree that it's still modern today, it still feels good. So it's, and you've got stuff like Edgar Allan Poe, the famous Gothic writer, and it's for reasons. He had a very tragic life. He wrote down everything. He put his pain into the words he wrote for people to look at. Van Gogh, with every stroke of a brush. Bowie, with every madness in his life, he wrote down a lyric and put it in, and we listen to it and we marvel at it. It's amazing and astonishing that the art world and whatnot is driven by it. And I guess myself included, I look at life and I'm writing a story. I love telling stories, meeting interesting people and getting experiences from them. And for that, it's always intriguing because we live in a huge world and AI is too sterile. People who take shortcuts, it feels cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like me and you, we will go the long mile. We will walk. Other people I know, they'll go the long mile. And it's like, when people tell me like, oh, I did this to get this, and it's like, but you kind of miss the point. The point is the long journey. When people complain about the little that it's taken too long, it's like, that's the point. You got to earn it. And sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes it does. The beauty of it is that you'll never really tell. Sometimes you will see it, sometimes other people will see it.
Yeah.
And it's a mad, crazy world.
It's becoming more mad.
Yes, it is. And as long as you have good people, conversation, and a nice little seat to watch it all happen, you'll have a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah. Okay, so it's going really long. and I guess it will be nice to make 2 episodes out of it. And
Yeah, I'm down for
we
2
will
episodes.
continue our story in the next episode, so don't miss it.
Yes, don't miss it. It's very good. Very good for those loyal listeners. And you at home, make sure, check your calendar, put it away, look it here.
Yeah.
All good.
So
Zari and Ethan's epic conversation will be coming to you soon.
yeah, we'll come back soon. It was the Dark Show podcast. Subscribe and listen to the next part, to the second part of that episode with Eden. Eden, I thank you, and we will see each other in the next episode then.
Pleasure.
Bye bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye.